Marketing for family lawyers. We've been working with more and more family law firms, and the more niche, the more specific, the more nuanced you can get, we've seen amazing results. So we want to talk about it today. And it's an exciting area because family law firms can absolutely crush from SEO and ads. The volume is there, and it's slightly less competitive than your typical PI firm. Unfortunately, though, so many firms are watching competitors sign divorce cases left and right, and for whatever reason think it's magic or rocket science. It's not. There's a massive pie out there to grab a slice from, and for some reason, it tends to lag a little bit behind personal injury and innovating and getting a little bit more scientific with their marketing. So we want to talk about a few core tactics that we live and breathe by in 2025. The difference between the family law firms we see winning and the ones kind of just stagnant isn't about years of experience or expertise in the courtroom. It's showing up on Google ChatGPT ads when a potential client is in crisis mode. Googling at 2 a.m. question about custody or divorce or prenup, whatever it may be. Quick intro. I'm Jake, CEO of FirmPilot. Really simple. We use data and AI to help firms grow. We've done it with more than 100 firms in a small amount of time. And we've continually taken on more and more family law clients. And we're seeing that that practice area is so ripe for the taking. Well, first, let's start with why and how. Well, the background of it. Family law clients, when they're searching for legal help, they're usually in a urgent, stressful situation. They're not browsing casually. It's a slightly different user experience. And if you can pay attention to that nuance, you can fine-tune your marketing to absolutely crush. So let's talk about 6 core tactics that we see work, and they're the foundation. Strategy number 1, local SEO. Hyper local. Very similar to injury law, but especially dealing with a client who might be in crisis mode, you're going to have a higher percentage of people that want to meet you in person. So if you're going to get those clients that are in your backyard, your website better damn well be optimized to show up in front of them, meaning your entire infrastructure online needs to be local SEO optimized, meaning have local backlinks, be in the local directories, have courthouses, local statutes, local news that could be related to family events, community events linked to on your site. Everything you talk about in your content, tie it back to where you're located. Don't give general advice to someone who may be contemplating a prenup, a custody battle, divorce. Talk about it in relation to the area you live in, your domain. Tying to the whole local theme, your Google business profile should be the highest, if not one of the highest priorities for your firm. And the way to emphasize your Google business profile in Google's mind is to be consistent. Don't just create your Google business profile and let it sit there. You're constantly posting to it. You need to think of your Google business profile almost like a social media outlet. You should be posting updates about your firm, alerts about new articles you release to your Google business profile. Don't just post to Facebook and Instagram, hey, we wrote this new article. Post it to your GPP as well, and that is going to make noise. That's going to send a signal to Google. Strategy number 2, crisis-focused content. They're really smart at Google. That ranking algorithm is thinking about a key idea called relevancy. It's not just how relevant is the content you wrote to a keyword search. They know their emotions. It's down to a science based on their search history. Literally how fast or slow they're scrolling. They know if a user is in crisis mode. So be empathetic with your content. Don't be totally nonchalant and calm about it. Empathize, show emotion in your content because this is an emotional thing that your potential client is going through. And if you have this answer first content, meaning you're talking about within an article or practice page, how long a divorce will take, how much it will cost, all these different questions, don't give all this legal jargon and background in the first few sentences. Answer the question. That will have such a higher probability of being deemed relevant to the potential client who Google thinks is in crisis mode. Be empathetic. Be not just a law firm, but a law firm that connects to the potential client because Google is trying to think about those Googlers. How do I help them surface the content that I think is going to help them? And the help they need isn't just this huge long form informational content about the law. It's about this emotional crisis driven situation that they're going through. So think about that when you're writing this content. Write it for them, not for other attorneys, for yourself even. Strategy 3, this is one that we talked ad, but for any practice area. Mobile first website and conversion optimization. If you have a web developer or designer building new pages on your site, landing pages, whatever it is, always look at it on both an iPhone and an Android. You want to know it's built for all resolutions. Why? 75% of high converting family mall searches are done on mobile devices. So you could pay all this money for a beautiful site, open it up on your laptop and go, this looks amazing. That is more likely than not the experience that your potential clients are going to see. That website needs to load in under 2.5 seconds. Use Google Page Speed Insights. Just throw your website URL in there. It'll tell you how fast. It needs to load that quickly. One, to be loved by Google, but two, to provide an experience that'll convert clients, not one where they see that spinning wheel of death and just click back and go to the next one. On top of that, clients that go to your website, they don't just want to read, they want to talk to an attorney. So when you look at the experience on your mobile device, make sure there are conversion elements. We see it so many times. People focus on the aesthetics, the design, but don't think about, if I'm someone who wants to contact an attorney at this firm, is there an easy call now button, a way to fill out a contact form if it's late at night and I can't make a phone call? Make both of those conversion actions super easy to execute on mobile devices. Call now, fill out a contact form. You have to have both. Strategy 4 is highly recommended. It's not required, but we really emphasize how much faster it can drive an ROI. If you're serious about growing your firm, we recommend do some ads. Think of SEO as a long game, but higher ceiling. Ads as a shorter game, lower ceiling. But there's ROI to be had there, especially in family law. We look at data all day long, every day. And while best divorce lawyer in insert city, state isn't a cheap click to buy Google ads, it's a whole lot less than car accident employer in that same city or state. So there are clicks that we can get there from people ready to convert, talk to a divorce, a custody, a prenup experience attorney today. So there is definitely value in launching ads. So when you're thinking about your marketing budget, have most of your budget dedicated to SEO. It's the foundation for everything. However, put some money to the side for at least a 90-day trial of Google ads, PPC, pay-per-click. And before you determine what the budget is, have whatever expert or service, i.e. a FirmPilot, look at the average cost per click in your area for the keywords we're going to attack. Don't predetermine what you want it to be. Only do it if you have a budget that's actually going to return an ROI. There is a minimum threshold that you have to cross and spend. Strategy 5, backlinking. However, building links in family law isn't the same as every other practice area. Be that domain expert, meaning be very nuanced, specific about the links you build. Don't just go get 2,000 links for X dollars. Get in family, child, relevant articles and publications. Huge ROI in getting links from maybe not a Forbes or a New York Times, the highest authority publications, but ones that are super relevant about families and child life, things like that can have huge ROI when it comes to trying to rank for divorce law keywords, custody law keywords, prenup keywords, whatever it may be, because you're going to be mentioned by publications that Google actually believes are relevant and only going to link to the best family law of attorneys. Last strategy 6. It surprised us actually to see this data. Reputation management and recognition should be nuanced as well. We're not saying don't get your super lawyers and your attorney at law. Those are great. The same ones that the best injury attorneys, work comp attorneys are getting, but get recognized by family law specific or something about a publication about raising kids, whatever it may be, something that is relevant, get recognized there as well. Because someone in that crisis mode, when they see that hyper relevant badge, award, recognition on your site, conversion rates go up. We see it time and time again. So we're not saying ignore the more general law awards or recognition, but if you can be seen as the expert in this domain, conversion rates go up, meaning a higher percentage of people that go to your site are actually going to call you or fill out that contact form. I mean, think about it for yourself. If you needed a divorce attorney, would you rather talk to the general lawyer or the divorce lawyer? All in all, family law marketing in 2025 requires an understanding that you're helping not someone who just needs a specific type of legal service, but they're in a specific type of emotional state. And you need to be attuned to that in your ads, in your content, in the awards you go after and the links you build, all of that. You need to be bespoke. The firms that implement these 6 strategies, we've seen them double their caseload for half of what it would cost an injury firm to do this. There is such a high ROI here. You can get higher quality clients, grow case volume, and there's an investment to be made, but it's a fraction of the lift it takes to grow in some other practice areas, which is why for 2025 and 2026, family law is a practice area that we love going after and helping firms grow in. So if you're a family law attorney, you don't need to waste days and times trying to figure this out on their own. There are experts out there, whether it's an agency or a fully automated service like FirmPilot. Start having those conversations, understand what that investment is going to be, and get started.